This is Mary Jo. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're celebrating Thanksgiving, getting ready for it. We're going to talk about the pasta dish. In my family we have many courses for the Thanksgiving dinner, and one very popular course is the pasta dish. We've done a little bit of a twist here. We have for years had lasagna, and lasagna is fabulous and it's wonderful and it's delicious, but I always found that it was so heavy and that by the time I finished my portion of lasagna I really wasn't ready for anything else. I needed a break at that point. Now my uncle Cleo, had an idea of he would use raviolis to make his lasagna. And I've done a little bit of a twist, but thanks Uncle Cleo. And I've done a bit of a twist here. I call it ravioli lasagna. And what I do is I start with the raviolis. Now I've started here with this dish. I have one layer. I spray the bottom with the the olive oil non-stick cooking spray. And again, we're watching the calorie count, so this works out great, much better than that real heavy, thick lasagna. And it's delicious. Now I've started off with the first layer of, I put a little bit of the sauce, the red sauce, and then I have a layer of the raviolis. I put two rows there. Now, for the red sauce, some people don't care for the red sauce, they like the white. You can put a thin layer of the ragout, but in the actual raviolis is the ricotta cheese, so we don't add it in. You don't care for the red sauce, you can make changes to it and modifications and make it your own. Now, I'm so excited because I found a red sauce. Normally we make it from scratch, but when I was shopping, I read all the labels. This is what you should also do. Please read all the labels and see the content, see what's in there. And I found a fabulous red sauce, which is delicious. It's no meat in it, very, very low in sodium. If you check those labels, the sodium content is just out of this world. This has very, very low, probably 1/4 of the amount. Much lower calories, and it works out really well. And it is delicious. So I am using my red sauce. So on top of the raviolis, I'm going to put a thin layer of the red sauce. Now, what I've also found is I use the mozzarella cheese. Now, a little hint, I buy the 1 pound big bar of ricotta cheese, and I grate it. But if you put it into the freezer, put the pound container into the freezer and freeze it for about 15, 20, maybe half an hour, the consistency gets harder and it's much easier to grate. So do that with the mozzarella. It's cost effective than buying the already grated. You can grate it, you can grate a whole bunch and keep it in the fridge if you like. So go ahead and buy the big section of mozzarella cheese. This is the mixture of fat-free and partial skim. I like to throw in the fat-free whenever I can. This is a perfect spot for it. When you mix a little bit of the fat-free with the part skim, you still get that great flavor, but I really don't have any problem when I have all these flavors together of just using all fat-free. But I do mix it. Now what I also like to do is I do like to add fresh diced tomatoes. I do this myself. I don't buy the canned because I find that there's just too much sodium and too many ingredients there. So I dice it myself, and I also take out the seeds because I don't want seeds in my ravioli lasagna. Now what I love to do is I love to use fresh spinach, and I love to add a layer of that. You're going to get some people who like it and some people who don't. I'd rather use the fresh than the frozen in this because I find the frozen has extra water in it. So I like to stick with the fresh. You can make half and half. Let's just do that. Then you're going to take the raviolis. Now, the raviolis are frozen. I just pop them out. You don't need to boil them before you're making this dish because you're going to cook this dish. But what I do is I take the ravioli and I run it under warm water. So I've done that, and now I'm going to add the second layer. To this. You can really make as many layers as you want. we're going to add another layer of, it's really all about layering, another layer of sauce, red sauce. And you're not going to believe how great this is. So we're going to do that. Now, I do add just enough. I don't want to make it soupy. I want to make it delicious. Add a little bit of mozzarella. I am going to add more of my fresh spinach, which I love. Then to end it, I am going to add the final layer of the red sauce. Again, you don't like the red sauce? There's other things that you can use. Now, what you can also do, what I've done is, I've taken diced vegetables, fresh vegetables, and I pan-fried them in the cooking spray, olive oil cooking spray. No extra calories there. And I put that into this, and that's delicious also. It just depends on what you're looking for, what your family enjoys. If you're making it for a guest, I would just stick to maybe making maybe some spinach and maybe some plain, because we don't really know what people are interested in. And I like to show the fresh spinach there, just like that, when it comes out, because this way people know what they're eating. I don't like to be surprised. Some people like it and some people don't like it. Now what I'll do with this is I'm going to take my foil. I have preheated my oven to, I like 300. 350, I don't want this to burn, so I stick with the 300 degrees. And depending on the size, it could be a half an hour, it could be 20 minutes, so you're going to have to judge with it. But what you need to do, after about 15 minutes, no matter what size, I would go in with a fork and just poke it and see if it's done. Cover this up so nothing burns. And you can go ahead and pop it in the oven. And I make this on the day of Thanksgiving because you really need to. And the aroma in the house is fabulous. I mean, it's just people come running in wanting the ravioli lasagna. And it's a twist, so they really do enjoy it. And this is my finished product. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy this. You're going to love it. Uncle Cleo loves it. We love it. And add your own twist to it. Add whatever your family likes. Add the veggies. Add the fresh spinach. Whatever you want to do, just go ahead and make it plain. It's really up to you. But this is a fabulous meal. You're going to enjoy it. And I'm going to grab a spoon, and I'm going to enjoy it now, too. Happy Thanksgiving. Delicious. Let me get some spinach. I wish you could taste this. I mean, this is just fantastic.